Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Representative Orr. So I listened to your layout carefully. I didn't understand what the actual purpose of the bill is, though. Can you just state what the purpose of the bill is?
The bill makes public entities and agencies have to establish a policy clarifying that a women's restroom is to be used by women and a men's restroom is to be used by men if it is a multi-occupancy space.
Okay. Okay, let me ask it a different way. What's the problem that the bill is trying to solve with a new law? What is the problem that if we pass this bill into law that will no longer be a problem?
There seems to be issues where schools and other places overlook the fact that women are biologically different and deserve their own privacy when they're changing, showering, using the restroom. And by establishing a policy to make it clear, then that gives the opportunity for a remedy for a resident of Texas to call out that entity for not providing that definition and boundary for them.
Okay, you said schools and other places. Can you be more specific? Are there
Sure, a
specific
government
schools?
entity, this building, courthouses.
So it's been a problem in this building,
This building actually has family restrooms.
right?
And so there is an accommodation if someone chooses to use it.
Right, there is. So I guess I'm trying to understand the specific problem you've identified that you're trying to solve. You said because you mentioned schools specifically. Is there a specific school?
I think when we get testimony today, we'll have some people testify on that matter that will help clarify.
Okay, so you don't know specifically right now.
I do not have that in front of me right now.
Okay. If this bill passes, I mean, one of the concerns that's been raised is that it could effectively exclude transgender Texans from public places. Is that the goal of the bill?
No,
It's not.
it is not.
Okay.
Members, other questions?
I have one more.
Oh, Mr. Turner?
Darn. I have a lot of questions, but I'm trying to prioritize them. With respect to local non-discrimination ordinances that many communities have, is it your intent to override those local non-discrimination ordinances through state law?
I think if their policy is in line with this legislation, they will not need to change it. But if it is outside these bounds, then yes.
Okay. And then under the bill, if it becomes law, who would actually be in charge of confirming someone's gender or biological sex? Whose job is that?
This is, well, there's no criminal penalties. And it would be the person that feels like their biological sex is not being protected in a restroom of their sex. And so if someone is using the restroom and they see that perhaps it happens in a workplace over and over again and people look the other way, then they can raise that complaint to the facility.
To the facility. So if someone is using a public restroom and they suspect that someone else is in the restroom in violation of this bill, of this law if passed, then they would report it to the person in charge of the building?
Yes,
Okay, so if it's
in writing.
in writing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So if it's, I don't know, a shopping mall, a retail store, they would file a written complaint to the store manager or the mall manager?
This legislation wouldn't apply to a shopping mall or a store. It's only
Right,
going
only
to,
public spaces.
Right.
Publicly owned spaces.
that's correct.
Okay. Apologies for the bad example. So a government building, let's say City Hall, they would report it to the mayor, the city manager,
Probably both, yes.
probably both. Okay, and then, so then the chief executive, say, of the city receives the written complaint, and then what would happen?
They would have 3 days to cure it by making sure that their signage is appropriate, and that if they are notified that someone of the opposite sex is using the wrong facility, that they address that. And let the person know that they have received their complaint.
Okay. And then they would address it by, how would they address it?
By making sure the signage is up and making sure that it's, the space is protected and women and men know that they have separate facilities to use.
Right. Okay. Okay, thank you.